The Katsukian Network presents Riffin on Jazz.
Hello and welcome to Riffin on Jazz. I'm Howard Robertson.
And I'm Malvin Massey.
And I'm Chuck O'Bannon.
And Riffin on Jazz is your weekly visit with friends.
Talking about that music we all love.
It is that classic African-American art form called jazz.
I get it right one of these days.
One day.
Gives me something to shoot
It's
for.
going to happen. How y'all doing?
Right.
Wonderful. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Happy
holidays.
Yes.
And Hanukkah and
Everything. Kwanzaa, don't forget Kwanzaa.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a very, very special show today in honor of the holidays, and we're going to start off in a very, very special way with a tune called How Does Christmas Sound?
And it
Answer
sounds
that question.
like Kirk Whalum.
All right.
Now the bells of Christmas are ringing again. There's a celebration in my ears. After all these tears, I finally hear how Christmas has sounded for years. How does Christmas sound when your heart is oh so sad? You feel anything but glad. Oh, dry your eyes.
Kirk Whalum.
What a way to
How
start
does
Christmas.
Christmas sound? Absolutely. We are thrilled to have with us the one and only Memphis born and bred brother, Kirk Whalum.
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to Riffin on Jazz, my friend.
I'm
Merry
grateful.
Christmas, Doc.
I cower at the magic of the Riffin cats. I mean,
Here we go.
I feel like Sammy Davis. Man,
I mean-
I mean that.
See, there you go. There you go once again with that humility of greatness. You know? That's so cool.
We always have themes, man. So this one is Christmas with Kirk.
Okay.
How about that?
So
That-
check this out, man. Kirk means church.
Okay.
So we have a little thing we're doing, Mac Avenue. You know, with the new record, we're having 12 days of Kirkmas.
Kirkmas.
Not to be, you know, not
Listen
to in
to
any
you.
way usurp
That's
the
really
cool.
place, right? But Kirk Mass, it's the church
Mass. Okay.
It's a
Okay.
mass, you know.
Okay.
It's a church
cool.
mass. So
That's
that's
great.
what we're gonna do.
That's
but we're gonna do
beautiful.
it. We're gonna do it 21st century, 22nd,
20, well, whatever. No, it's 21st.
21st century style.
As Bev's granddaddy, as Bev's late great granddaddy used to say, that's beautiful.
That's good.
That's beautiful.
Kirk's CD that we're celebrating
Just like
today.
that track.
Yeah.
That track, How Does Christmas Sound?
Sound.
The title track of the CD.
Yes, sir.
The first Christmas CD since 2006, I think
Yes,
we
sir.
said. Yeah, because I was playing that one this morning.
Yes, sir.
So much so that they don't even call them CDs anymore. You have to call it release. Because it's not a
My age
CD.
shows sometimes. But,
Kirk, this one is very special.
Thank you.
This is a very special year. And we've gone through a lot last year, as we all know. That year gone, here in 2021. But you remember that song they used to say, "This may be the last time."
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What's going on in the world these days, we don't know. So we got to really celebrate this year. And your album just really set the tone.
Man, I'm grateful you say that, Chuck. And you know, the song itself, right? So it's the title track for the record, but the song itself has a lyric that kind of addresses that. You could say, we could start, you know, back our way in. It says, how does Christmas sound when your heart is oh so sad?
Yes.
You feel anything but glad, all dry and empty. How does Christmas sound when that old loneliness returns? Instead of hearts, a fireplace burns till the ashes are cold and there's no one to hold. I mean, so it starts off with this really kind of gloomy. It's an empathetic message at the beginning to say that, hey, not so quick with your cheer. Let's acknowledge the people who struggle with Christmas, but then it turns into something beautiful.
I tell
All right,
you what,
all
man,
right,
let's
go
go
on.
to that first song. Then we go
Well,
to
that's
the
the
next
first
song.
track, and that we want to remember too that Cortland was on that when you.
Cortland, my nephew,
Nephew.
sang that song.
Yeah.
And John Stoddard, that's the one he played on.
Yes, sir.
We got
Yes,
to
sir.
talk about this
All right.
this new situation.
Right
coming
now,
up.
here's a traditional cut. Kirk Whalum's way. God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, Kirk
Yes.
Whalum.
How you like that one?
I love it.
God
I
rest
love
you,
it.
baby. And that was Kirk Whalum playing the flute on
Yes.
there, as well as, you know.
Absolutely. I
Would
thought
that-
I knew all of Kirk's stuff, man. I hadn't heard the first one. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard
Did
the
you
first
write
one.
that, by
I
the way,
hadn't heard
the
that
title
one.
track?
I wrote the title track. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Wonderful.
You got a couple on this CD.
I
that you're,
did, yeah. But speaking of God Rest You, we did that in 7/4.
Right.
So
That's
it's,
what the difference
it's
is.
kind of shifted a little bit. We got a little jazzy with it. Just take a little few liberties. And by the way, that is a tradition, right? Jazz musicians take songs that are in a particular milieu and they flip it on its head, do a Thelonious on it, and that's what we did
Or
with this
Chick.
one.
Have you ever heard that from the GRP Christmas collection? Chick and the Electric Band back in the early 90s. They did a God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. You can hardly recognize it, but it's in there. You can tell it's there.
Did
You have to know
Coltrane ever
ahead.
do one?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think he did.
Speaking
Wish you
of
had
traditional, I got a question.
Okay.
I want to know how it is that I got so blessed to be with not one, not two, but 3 PKs.
Uh-oh.
How I get to be with
How
3
about
preacher
that?
kids?
How about that? We're going to lay hands on you.
Y'all saved me. But y'all special preacher kids, because most PKs are the worst ones in the neighborhood.
Oh, I was that guy.
Where are you?
I think
so.
it's fair to assume, man, that none of us are who we were. That we've all
Thank
evolved
God.
and hopefully
Grown
getting.
over the years,
Try
But
to
talk
get
about
things right.
that. Talk about growing up in, like, Christmas growing up for you. I mean, in your case, it's like a house full of boys.
Yeah, so
Rough and tumble, crazy, y'all all over each other.
And
Yeah,
And
my
your
younger
daddy.
brother, and my dad's a pastor,
Yes.
my dad loved Christmas. And my younger brother was 9 years younger. So really, most of my childhood memories are with Ken. Ken is the pastor, right? And he was a bad boy. I mean, he'll tell you today that he was out there doing everything he could do and try to find some other stuff to do on top of that. Right? But, for me, it was great because he got in all the trouble. I once saw him literally get knocked down.
Is that right?
For smoking a
No,
joint.
you
Yeah,
call him-
he'll tell you about it.
We call
This is knocked down
we call him Kenny Jr.
Kenny Jr.
This is knocked down at home in the house, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And so for me, that was my salvation. So I never did no drugs after that. Like
Right.
I was saved from that temptation. Seeing him on the floor,
Right.
Well, all I got to say.
Sanctified you, yes.
To my friend KT, hey man, you still my dog. Don't worry about what your brother say. We're going to
He
move it
turned
on
out
along
good.
to
Oh, yeah.
another great cut from this album.
Oh, yeah.
And it's All I Want for Christmas.
Yes, sir.
want for Christmas. And you got to be from the South, or particularly from Memphis, Tennessee, to understand that vernacular.
Yeah.
That's the way we say
But you know, Christmas.
and in blues songs, they say Christmas. They never, you never hear an S or a T.
No, we had to go to school by that time.
For those people who are Memphis music people, and All I Want for Christmas Is You was Carla Thomas.
Carla Thomas.
Yes.
Well, remember, this one was not Carla's, this was Mariah Carey's version.
Yes, there was the da, and which, by the way, as you know, is the best-selling Christmas song
Of
ever.
all time.
From
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's.
Yeah.
It's
No
the
kidding.
go
Of all time, yeah. That is actually the story of me recording the song. That we took it and we slowed it way down and made it kind of brooding.
Yeah.
And the idea of it is to really contemplate that question, like, you know what? All of this stuff, you know, if I had more dough, I'd have more stuff. With that changing thing, no. There's still stuff. But really at the essence of Christmas is the Christ child. So what does God bring to us?
Yes.
He brings, you know, light into darkness.
Yeah.
And then somebody you can talk to.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter when.
All the time.
So to me, that's why I want him again
Yeah.
for Christmas. I want
That's
his
what I
birthday
want.
to be celebrated so that I stand before him and say, I'm just so glad you came.
Absolutely.
Say that.
Take us on out of here, Hal.
You're listening to Riffin on Jazz on the Kazukian Network, and we're thrilled about it. Here with Having Christmas with Kirk. We'll be back for more right after this.
Hello, everybody. I would love to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Joyeux Noel, Feliz Navidad, and however you celebrate this season.
I want to wish you all a wonderful holiday season here from the Kazukian crew. May your Christmas be merry and your days be bright.
So it's that time of the year again, and I personally want you to have a blessed, merry, and joyful Christmas this year.
I'm here to tell you that this holiday season is about bringing joy and happiness amongst all. So, from us to you, happy holidays this season. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays from everyone here at Kazuki, and enjoy the holiday season.
Christmas is a joyous time of the year, and I hope you enjoy this time with your family. Happy holidays.
I am wishing you a prosperous and joyous Kwanzaa. May your light shine bright for your family, your community, and your nation.
Merry Christmas. I'm your girl Cookie B, and
I'm Malvin Massey.
With Blues in the Basement, we want to wish you what? A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I hope you enjoy this wonderful holiday season with all your family and your friends. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hi, I want to give you holiday greetings. I hope you have a wonderful holiday with your family and friends. Have fun and eat lots of great food.
The holidays are a time for love and giving. So make sure this year you give to those you love. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays from the Kazukian family. From our family to yours, please have a wonderful and safe holiday season, and please spend plenty of time with your family.
And welcome back to Riffin on Jazz. This is, of course, our Christmas special. What better way to celebrate Christmas than with Kirk Whalum? Kirk, welcome back again, my brother.
Thank you so much, man. I'm glad to be riffing with the riffers.
Look out.
With the riffers.
Not the riffraff, the riffers.
Yeah, well, you can say either one.
Yeah. Interchangeable and
probably debatable there.
Your career has been so, obviously we all followed your career because you know, of the local feeling and everything. And your career has been so storied, especially with the times with
Bob James.
Bob James.
Bob James. Now, I was thinking about my girl.
Whitney.
Whitney,
yo.
And what they call you?
Oh, Bishop.
Bishop, yeah, Bishop. For that whole crew and that whole set, it was just amazed me when I found out about that the way that you actually brought those heathens into reality. I mean, you brought them all together.
Spiritual leader.
No. I will definitely say that she was surrounded by people of faith, you know, folks who really, you know, a Muslim, Jewish woman, and by the way, she had a woman in her band, a lot of believers, a lot of Christians. But I found myself in that moment going, well, it's the first time where I found myself outside of the, Kenneth Whalum, Olivet
Yeah.
Baptist.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I was replicating what I knew. I found myself leading Bible study, leading the prayer, leading. So it's like, dude, that's who you are. It was a revelation.
So y'all actually had Bible study on the road regularly.
That part I did, yeah. So I had it printed out, so people could come in there and they could take it back with them. And if the ones who couldn't make it, the crew members or whatever, they had a copy of it.
Okay.
Kurt, I always thought it was so great the way you titled this album. How does Christmas sound?
Yes.
It's the sound of Christmas. Plus, it's so international.
Well, so the thing is that, we talk about the smells and the sights and the feelings of Christmas, right? But how does it sound? Like, close your eyes and, the sound of Christmas, like you hear certain bells, you hear the family, this joyous sound. But again, the lyric points us to the fact that there's a lot of people who have a hard time getting to that party, because they have certain memories, they have loss, people may be passed away around this time. And but the song, if you listen to the song, it does take us through that, and then it presents us with, hey, guess what? You have something to celebrate. This is a joyous time. Even you. Yeah, you're like, not me. Yes, you.
And this is Thorns and Straw, which most people here in the States are not very familiar with. So it's coming up time, we're going to do this song here, Thorns and Straw. Of course, the CD is How Does Christmas Sound on the Mac Avenue label, by the way. This one featuring Kevin Whalum on the vocals. Check it out.
Since the day the angel came, it seemed that everything had changed. The only certain thing was the child that moved within, on the road that would not end, winding down to Bethlehem, so far away from home.
Thorns and Straw.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Very, very nice. Talk about the origin of the song.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's Thorns in the Straw, and I'm not quite sure the origins, except to say that it's imagery that works. It makes sense because, we talk about, first of all, the word manger, right? I speak French, and the word manger, manger, M-A-N-G-E-R, literally means to eat.
Yeah.
So it is the place where those beasts went to eat. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was a smelly place.
Yeah.
And the fact that they tried to make it as comfortable as they could, being poor, and that, by the way, is very significant for this season, to say that you don't have to have a lot of money to celebrate.
Yeah.
But so here they are, they gather this straw for this baby, at least it would be kind of soft. But metaphorically, there was thorns in that straw.
Wow.
The idea that
Because
this child was going to grow up and suffer, not for his own transgressions, but for ours. And so that's the beauty of this holiday. Thorns in the straw, that's true in all of our lives.
Yeah.
That, with every joyous, occasion, with everything we have to celebrate, there are always things that we go, man, I wish this were not the case. My son, my daughter, my blah, blah, blah. We all have to wrap all those things up in one present, say, man, life is beautiful.
So, out of all of the places you've been, Christmases you've spent in different places and whatnot, which one stands out? Where were you? What were you doing?
So my favorite spot on earth is Tokyo. And
really?
I love lots of places, but
why?
Yeah,
why
so I just love Japan. I can't even name all the reasons, but let's just start with the food.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And the sake, and the beer is excellent. So, but the people are so so humble, and the Christmas that Ruby and I spent there was about 3 years ago. I was touring with Foreplay. And in fact, my buddy Chuck Lowe
had just passed away.
Yeah, he had not passed.
He hadn't passed yet.
No, but they couldn't coordinate with him because, of course, he was in treatment. And But man, they were like, well, we got to do these dates, you know, will you do them? And so I did the dates with them, and then I ended up doing extra with Bob because he and I have a record that they released called Join at the Hip. And we were in Tokyo, man, for Christmas and New Year's because we played with the Tokyo Big Band the week afterwards. So, man, at the Blue Note in Tokyo. So that was one of my favorites.
Oh, man, you've had a fabulous career so far, and the best is yet to come.
It's not over yet, is it?
No, the best is yet to come. I said that part. And we're gonna talk about your album, Humanity.
Yeah, now that was
still on the charts, and it's still kicking.
That one that we did, that was Kevin doing the vocals on there.
Yes.
Now we got Kevin again, but enhanced with Take 6.
Oh, and
it's
called
the other track that Kirk wrote for this.
And I guess that's why it's called
7. It's the 7.
Duh.
It's the, you know, and that's funny. I didn't think about that, but yes, 7.
How many loves have I known like you? 1. How many does it take to make this dream come true? 2. 3 little words express what I feel. All 4 seasons would be cold without you. Once in a while a miracle is found when 2 people build a dream on solid ground. Words explain what I feel. I could travel the 4 corners of the earth to find you. I've got 5 fingers on each hand. Baby, don't you understand? They were made to touch you.
By the way, this is Riffin on Jazz on the Kazuki Network. And before we go any further, make sure you download this show on the Kazukian.com or any podcast you listen to and play it all season. It ain't Christmas yet. So you play it again and again. Invite your friends over and play it for them too. And then make sure you get this great album by Kirk Whalum. How does Christmas sound? Now, so much for the commercial.
Yes, sir.
Where'd 7 come
right,
from?
So the lyric for the song was written by the great Bonita Hill, Nashville country writer, incredible jazz singer, right?
Oh, yeah.
But she goes through the whole, you know, how many people does it take to make our dream come true too, you know? Who just the whole one all the way
It's
up
sort
to
of like
7.
the concept of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes, exactly. But it started out because the song, again, another song in 7/4, right? So it's an odd time signature. But we, you know, you would know it because we try to, you know, massage it. But the fact that we said, oh, we'll make it the 7th song, until today, when Chuck pointed it out, I did not think about the fact that we got Take 6 plus my brother Kevin 7. I mean, Chuck.
Da-da.
You know.
See, I have some
executive producer.
Arithmetic. 6 plus 1
It'd be 7
equals 7.
Yeah, I don't know any further, but that's
But the song was supposed to be a present. I'm sorry.
That is
The way
so
you say this is, you know, my present for you is that I wrote you this song.
Well, I tell you what, before we go to this break,
That was
gentlemen.
beautiful, yeah. Well, of course, and we're talking about music on the Mac Avenue label. How Does Christmas Sound? It's Kirk Whalum's first Christmas CD since 2006.
Yes.
What was the name of it?
That was called Christmas. Well, don't tell me the Christmas Message.
The Christmas Message.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was beautiful.
All right, so we're going to take this break, make some money for Larry, and we'll be right back with more Riffin. We'll be right back with more Riffin.
Well, I tell you what, just watch this commercial break coming up, though, Melvin, because all of us here at the Kazukian Network want to give you a little special Christmas greeting. So here it is, y'all. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. I would love to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Joyeux Noel, Feliz Navidad, and however you celebrate this season.
I want to wish you all a wonderful holiday season here from the Kazukian crew. May your Christmas be merry and your days be bright.
So it's that time of the year again, and I personally want you to have a blessed, merry, and joyful Christmas this year.
I'm here to tell you that this holiday season is about bringing joy and happiness amongst all. So from us to you, happy holidays this season. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays from everyone here at Kazuki, enjoy the holiday season.
Christmas is a joyous time of the year, and I hope you enjoy this time with your family. Happy holidays.
I am wishing you a prosperous and joyous Kwanzaa. May your light shine bright for your family, your community, and your nation.
Merry Christmas. I'm your girl Cookie B, and
I'm Malvin, Nancy.
With Blues in the Basement, we want to wish you what? A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I hope you enjoy this wonderful holiday season with all your family and your friends. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hi, I want to give you holiday greetings. I hope you have a wonderful holiday with your family and friends. Have fun and eat lots of great food.
The holidays are a time for love and giving. So make sure this year you give to those you love. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays from the Kazukian family. From our family to yours, please have a wonderful and safe holiday season, and please spend plenty of time with your family.
Thanks for staying with us here on Riffin on Jazz on the Kazukian Network. Christmas with Kirk is where we are today.
Yes, sir.
And glad to be here. So many questions, so many things to ask. Since Christmas is for the kids, talk about your children.
Yes, sir. Happy to have 2 grown boys, 2 grown girls, and
all out the way.
All out the way. 6 grandkids, 3 boys and 3 girls. Man, I'm just so very grateful. But you're right. I mean, Christmas. You would think that Christmas is for the kids, but it really has never has been for them. It's always for us.
Right.
Watching them. First of all, putting them toys together.
Yes, Lord. Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that fun playing with them first?
You know, you talk about cussing, and then, and then you talk about needing a drink.
Yes, sir.
But you know, and then for us, you know, I think it's important for Christmas to mean something. You know, that's really what the message of the Christmas message, my first Christmas CD. And then this one, How Does Christmas Sound? For me, I want people to meditate, to contemplate, what does this really mean? And again, there are people who will celebrate it, obviously, not from a religious point of view. Man, I get that. If anything that brings people together is good, and that is religious.
That is.
But the core of the holiday is the birth of light into darkness. And that's something to celebrate.
It's hope. It's hope.
Into hopelessness.
It's hope. Our lives are surrounded by hopelessness, and that is our feeling of hope that comes in every year. And it's the one time of the year that the feeling of hope is strong.
Yes.
People are nice to each other. All kinds of cool things happen.
Yes.
And now, cool music too.
Now, while we're talking about kids, so many people will remember the song Kyle Smile.
Yes.
Talk about Kyle right now.
So I'll work my way over to him. You know, Courtney, Kyle, Corey, and Evan. Kyle is the only one who ended up in my line of work, and Kyle was playing a lot of country artists in Nashville. He ended up with Kelly Clarkson down over there, and then she got a big TV show. So now they moved. They got to move the family to Beverly, and so my son and his wife and kids live out in Burbank, and he goes to work every day. He works straight through the pandemic. You can see Kyle on the Kelly Clarkson show every day. He also plays with Katy Perry. So if you go and see Katy Perry she's doing a residency in Vegas, and so you'll see her.
This last cut coming up, the next cut coming up is really special. It's very traditional. It's very emotional.
It is. It's a very deep song. And as Kirk and I were talking, it's a fairly new song in the canons or certainly the catalog of Christmas music. Beautiful song now, and I don't have to talk about it anymore. Y'all listen to it. Mary, did you know?
Did you know that your baby boy could one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters. Did you know that your baby boy would come to make you know this child that you delivered will soon deliver you? Mary, did you know that your baby boy gives sight to us?
Mary, did you know? That is a classic now.
It's a beautiful,
It's
beautiful
a
song.
gorgeous song.
Yeah. And that young lady, see, here you go again, man. You discovered somebody else. Shalea, we love Shalea, man, her voice. And now Shantae Khan. Where'd you find
And by
her?
the way, let me mention Wendy Moten. You know, we have a platinum record in South Africa, you know, together from
Wendy is
the
on-
90s. Yeah. All I do
is platinum in South Africa.
Platinum.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But let me say, Shantae Khan is a you could say, and she's an ingenue in this new area where she just went out and did her thing on TikTok, on YouTube, and she just self-promoted. She humbly did it, and she is now reaping the benefits. People are loving them from Shantae Khan.
Is that how you were introduced to her?
I heard her
via that exposure.
It wasn't just because I'm not plugged in.
Okay.
To that. I don't watch the Voice. I don't watch I just don't have time. But I saw her name on at Crosstown. So she was going to perform at the Green Room, and I'm like, okay, I think I heard her name, and I went and she blew Ruby and me away, and we adopted her, man. We just said, you belong to us, and she looked like she could be Ruby's daughter. But yeah, she's just all kinds of awesome. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will someday rule the nations? Mary, did you know that the child you delivered will someday deliver you?
That's very powerful. But you've been so international. And I got to talk about that last CD, Humanity, and everything that went, the movie and everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, that was so international.
Thank you.
And you just did such a fabulous job of exposing culture on an international basis.
It's like, again, this Christmas time, we're talking about presents. So Humanity was my present to me.
There you go.
It was me turning 60. I got on the plane. I went to 8 countries. I did collaborations with 14 artists. Japan, Indonesia, France, Nigeria, Kenya, all over the place. And that was, Humanity. It's like it's about what we have in common. That is something we can celebrate this Christmas, man.
Yeah.
But you have always been a citizen of the world.
Yes.
Even back when I heard about you in college. When you were?
When I was broke.
Even back when you were broke. Yeah. But even when you went to
Texas Southern.
TSU, when you went to France, right?
I was 19 years old playing on the street in Saint-Michel. In front of Galerie Lafayette, or all these other places that I would play, and I would have a bag full of francs.
Right.
Now there's a franc piece, used to be back in the day that was worth like $10. So you get a few of those, man. You had a good day.
You are right.
You got dinner.
Right. Well, look, we're gonna get into this next track on the CD. How Does Christmas Sound? On the Mac Avenue label. Kirk Whalum playing soprano, tenor, baritone sax, and key percussion as well. Angels we have heard on high.
Folks, I hope that this has been as much of a blessing to you as it has been to us brothers right here on Riffin on Jazz. Kurt, I just want to say thank you. You just made the holiday season merry.
Man, I'm so grateful to be here with you guys. Oh, the red already set the tone. We got the red, I feel like we got Santa's elves over here. It was already feeling good when we walked in.
Well, I tell you what, since he mentioned that.
I know it, but I want to mention something though, too. That John Stoddard has always been the guy,
Yes.
I love John.
Well, right on.
But you got this cat, Mark Edwards, playing piano on most of these tracks.
Left on.
Where'd you find this guy?
So Mark, my producer, James McMillan, we played together with Everything But the Girl from
Shantae.
England. And so, that band I loved. We toured together with them. Then we started producing records together when I was living in Paris. He's living in London. Then he starts introducing me to all these great British musicians. And I'm like, oh my God. Wow. Mark Edwards is the best of all worlds, man. I mean, he can sit there and sound like Keith Jarrett, or he can be funky like Joe Zawinul, Wow. I mean, it's really a beautiful thing.
You can just tell through the whole CD, everything, all the tracks. So in the bleak midwinter, I know you mentioned it, that some of these tracks this is an English tune. But this is the real one.
Yes.
And the big choruses do it.
Oh, I'm sure this is jolly good then.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Christmas with Kirk, it has been a thrill, man, and a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
What a pleasure.
We appreciate you being with us. You got to be, we're like the Costa Nostra, brother. You can't get too far away from the family. You got to come back.
I'm honored, man. Happy to be riffing with you cats, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Paving the way.
Y'all download or go get, however you get your music, get How Does Christmas Sound and spend the holidays with that. And y'all know something, Kirk, we have a mission that we always have to make. And that starts with, if we were cheese, they might call us aged.
And if we were automobiles, we definitely would be classics.
And if we were wine, we'd be vintage.
But we consider ourselves blessed and highly favored to be here with you.
Man,
and them every week. We appreciate you being with us here on Riffin on Jazz. Thank you. Happy holidays to you and your family.
Happy holidays.
And take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep being with us. We'll see you later. I love you, man.